Hello there captains, and welcome to this example battle of the Tier 8 German Tech Tree Battlecruiser Zieten. Now before going into the battle, let's take a quick look at the equipment setup, and you can see here that it has all available upgrades. The captain skills are another matter though. You can see here that I only have a 7-point captain on the Zieten. Looking at the matchmaking then, Zieten in this particular battle is bottom tier. I'm pleased to see though that there's no CV in this particular game, because they can make a game very difficult for Zieten with its not spectacular anti-air capability. Now in the German Tier 8 to 10 battlecruisers, I do like to support my destroyers at the caps to engage potential enemy destroyers with the secondaries. So my initial movement will be to try to close down close to the caps to get my secondary range covering the caps between B and C. She can also help at the caps by launching torpedoes into the cap, and the torpedoes on the Zieten do pack a punch. She has a quadruple torpedo launcher on each side of the ship. But having said that, they have a very long reload and they are slow, so they're more useful more as area denial torpedoes. Speaking of the torpedoes, by the way, you can see that Zieten is equipped with hydro, and she has weak torpedo protection, so that's a useful tool to have. Now with two destroyers ahead of me being able to spot torpedoes, I don't need to use the hydro just right now. That's interesting positioning by the Yoshino ahead of me as well. I'm not sure that I would be taking Yoshino that close to the caps very early in a battle. That's actually the position I'd like to be in at the moment, but before I push further, let's wait to see if we can get a better picture of the enemy deployment. Now, one of the reasons why I have a little caution here and why I'm glad to see there's no CV in the game is that although Zieten has good concealment and speed, she has that speed by giving up some armour, so she is vulnerable to sustained fire. That means you need to be somewhat careful with your positioning early in battles. Now, here are the torpedoes spotted by our friendly destroyers up front. Thanks for that, guys. Now, the enemy team's being aggressive at the caps at the moment, and I was just about to say Kitakasa's suffering at the moment, but is in fact now sunk. Okay, let's look for an opportunity to make some contribution now, and looking at our lineup as a team, I can see we're heavily concentrated towards A cap. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships on that side. There's an example of the guns there. So shots out at a broadside Kremlin at distance, we get 2 overpens. Now my experience in Zieten would suggest that you don't want to take too much damage early in the game. Play her more like a cruiser than a battleship, although she is somewhere in between. Now I am detected at the moment, so I want to be a little cautious about incoming fire from the enemy. Having said that, we do have ships in better positions that are more opportune targets for the enemy. Okay, I've gone undetected now, so let's get turned around and see if I can push into the B cap.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Zieten does have a decent icebreaker in the bow, so she is able to do a little bit of tanking there at the front end of the ship. Having said that, if you look at the turret layout on the ship, then that would suggest that Zieten is a kiting ship. That rear turret though does have a 360-degree turn. Don't really have a shot there at Holland, but look, there's the Groningen in B. Let's see if I can get a lucky shot on there. Yeah, I'm trying to anticipate the turn, and there you go, there's one overpen. Something's better than nothing. Here comes some more torps, let's give them the slip. And she's helped in this regard by having a good turning radius. Okay, that's them out of the way, but oh, here look, here's some incoming HE fire. And pretty rapid as well. Who is that over there? Alright, it's the Salem. That could be a nuisance. Let's get some shots away, see if I can discourage any more fire from her. Yeah, I don't want to be the focus of the Salem for too long.
Problem solved, sir.
Okay, this could be a chance to get some battle damage in. Shots away. Okay, let's get some area denial torps away. I need to be careful about our own Des Moines there, though. And that was nearly 4,000 damage on the Kearsarge. Okay, Salem's back, focusing me again, and you don't want to be doing that early in a battle, taking that focus fire. So I'm going to use this island ahead of me now then to get out of the shooting range of the Salem. Perhaps I can come back into B cap from the A cap side. Now, just in terms of battle condition, we can see that we're one ship down so far, and it looks like we're going to lose C caps. We're going to be caps down and ships down, and we are almost 100 points behind at the moment. Now, that was a fingers crossed blind shot away at the Salem. Hopefully pick up something there. Now, we are a cap down now, but we look well positioned for a push on B. Now, look at the enemy Zieten there. It doesn't look too healthy at all. Oh, in fact, it goes down now. Now, looking at my equipment at the bottom of the screen here, you can see why you don't want to take early damage in the Zieten. She only has a limited number of the rapid repair parties. Now, once they're used up, any flood or fire could become catastrophic. Okay, the push on B is underway, and we're in fact a ship up now, so taking the cap puts us back in a better position. We're even points up against the enemy side now. Okay, check that out. That's a ballsy push by the enemy Harland, who is bowing at the moment, so I don't have to expect torps. Let's see if I can get these secondaries on her. As it turns out, everyone was looking for the Harland, and apologies for that, that's a bit of a kill steal. And looky here, that Kremlin doesn't look too healthy. Let's see if we can get some shots away to contribute to the damage on her. Oh, and she's looking in a bad position. And in fact, she goes down. Okay, Baltimore's past me, so I can reverse up now then.
Submarine.
We're looking strong at B now. The enemy submarine was obviously no threat to me way out there, and there's only Groningen to the south, so I don't need to worry about torpedoes as I transition across the B cap. Let's see if I can get through B now and start to put some pressure on C.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Yet again, no need to use the hydro because I had the rest of the team spotting those torpedoes. But looky here, there's a Yoshino sailing past broadside on, so that could mean we should be expecting torpedoes down the channel now then. And sure enough, here they come. Well, our destroyers are not looking too healthy here, and oh look, the enemy Kagero. Let's anticipate the turn and see if we can help versus that enemy DD then. Help indeed as the Kagero goes down. Now let's just dodge these torpedoes. We're being radared at the moment. That'll be Salem up ahead of us. Juicy, this could be a chance to pay back after that focus fire early in the battle. Speaking of focus fire, look at that incoming from the enemy Groningen.
Thank you. Our team has taken the lead.
Submarine takes down the Salem. No payback then for me. But for Salem, yes, he gets the airdrop on our submarine. Here we go, broadside Yoshino again, so let's expect those torpedoes down the channel. Shots away though. Okay, there's some incoming from the Minnesota, but thankfully that was HE. That was nearly 5,000 on the Yoshino. Now if that was an AP salvo from the Minnesota, that could have been troublesome. I'm making a bit of a habit of kill steals in this battle, and here indeed, once again, come the Yoshino torps. We know where Groningen is now because we can see A beginning to flip for the enemy. Yoshino's behind the island, so I'm going to take the chance and go to try and cap C. Okay, I'm detected again now. That's the Yoshino coming back. Let's get some shots away on the Minnesota. Torps look good there as well. And, yep, he's taking some damage there. The Minnesota's taking some focus fire from the rest of my team now. So let's shift my attention towards the Yoshino. And I'll tell you what, how accommodating the Yoshino does love sailing by broadside on. And there's a Citadel for another 12k damage. Now the Yoshino was sailing by broadside on for a while, so we all know what that means. Now let's get turned in slightly because Yoshino has decent guns, but also to anticipate any torpedoes. I have the hydro active, so that should give us some more warning if there are torpedoes incoming. And indeed, here they come. And shots away on Yoshino. Not impressive damage that time, but at least we're dodging the torps. And at last, starting to get some contribution from the secondaries. Check that out, he's coming back broadside yet again. And there you go. If you offer your broadside to the enemy too often, it's only going to end one way. Okay, cap complete. Let's start to head back towards B. Now you can see there below my damage score that I've taken less incoming, so less potential damage than 1,000,000 in this battle, and yet I'm down to 50% of my starting health pool. Now that should underline the necessity in Zieten of avoiding any focus fire or early damage in battles. Now I have credit for 4 sinkings so far in this battle, although not a massive contribution to actually get those, a couple of kill stills in there. But let's see if perhaps we see the chance to nick Groningen as well for a Kraken in this battle. More important than your own personal damage score or how many ships you sink during a game though, it's more about how you contribute as a member of the team. Now as we start to flip A back, the Groningen is now spotted and here it comes. Okay, the secondary is active and here we go. Oh no, I thought I had the chance there. So, not a spectacularly high score, but hopefully you had a chance to see what Zieten is about in this game, and really low secondary count for this battle, but still enough to give us a 4th place position in the side. Okay, thank you for watching the video guys, I hope you enjoyed it as an example of the Zieten gameplay. Thank you and take care.